Hey, I hope you've been well. I have been inspired to do a reading from now until the end of July, and I've been asking Spirit what the most effective way to do this, to give you the most accurate guidance for you, for what you've been manifesting and how to navigate through it. So let's see how this goes. This is intended to be a collective reading. So it's nothing to do with zodiac signs. I'm not really going to go into, this is Sagittarius or any of that stuff. No, if it comes up, it comes up. But it's for the collective, the soul groups, which means anybody watching this that has been brought to watch this, there's probably going to be a message in here for you. And you know how time works. It's basically fluid. It's a series of experiences. I have asked that the reading be specifically for the manifestations and experiences that will be occurring in your life in the next week, and how to navigate them to get the best possible outcome for everything. Some of us still have some issues with manifestations and so on, and we've been manifesting things subconsciously that we aren't aware of. So this is going to help you to navigate your week gracefully. All right? So buckle in, take a deep breath, relax, call in your guides if you want, and let's see how this week is going to play out and what you can do to really deal with the blocks within yourself and the issues you've created to teach you lessons so that you can learn them gracefully instead of with, negative energy and fear and all of that. I hope you guys have been well. It's been a really interesting couple of weeks lately. Apparently there's another eclipse happening. Aw, the maiden. Oh geez, the lighting is so weird. The maiden is about innocence and real blessed beginnings. So something recently, not so recently, had ended, and what you've been attempting to put into manifestation in your experiences is a new beginning of some kind. And you're kind of scared to see if it's actually going to come out the way you wanted it to or not. Oh, I didn't even see that. There. But this is telling you that everything is going to work out really well, even better than you've expected and better than you imagined. It's almost as if there's someone around you who has a really beautiful surprise for you that's going to change your entire world. This could be somebody even realizing that they're pregnant, or being, getting news about pregnancy, or somebody giving birth. The beginning of a new partnership of some kind, maybe healing in a friendship. Now, notice how this card is blank and the number is 0. In the deck, in the book, it says that we should, draw on it, or it has whatever meaning we want it to have. Usually for me, this is the, how in X-Men, the White Phoenix, in the nexus point of all creation, there's a white stillness where everything comes into one point, and from that point it goes and spreads into the entire spectrum of life again, of colors, of experiences, and everything. What you're not seeing and what's not being made known to you on purpose is that something really good is happening for you this week. And the anxiety you're feeling, the nervousness and everything else, it's actually unrecognized positive energy that's coming towards you. Kind of like you're wondering if you have a birthday party, if somebody plans a surprise birthday party for you. They probably are. Overall, this is fantastic. So whatever you're worried about, don't be worried about it. Everything's going to work out perfectly for you. Let's get some more from tarot. keep looking at the Maiden. Something is going to happen in your life this week where you're going to smile so deeply. It's almost as if your soul smiles and you find peace. Like peace finds you. Yeah, the Chariot. There has been a lot of progress made in your life. And you've been moving away. Oh, bottom of the deck is the Star. You've been moving away from a lot of negativity in your life, and you've been going through a lot of stuff that's caused you to be defensive. But throughout all of it, you've been guided spiritually and maybe with some friends. The Fool. The Fool is kind of like the Maiden, but grown up. And the Sun again at the bottom of the deck. It was on the bottom when I was shuffling earlier. This is going to be a really great week for you. I don't know what you guys are doing and how you've been manifesting things and the energy you've been maintaining, but this is really good. The Maiden, the Gotcha, and the Fairy Guide basically holding your hand through this entire week, telling you everything's going to be fine. Just keep doing what you're doing in a positive way. The Chariot coming in and saying, hey, you're moving away from what was. Even if it was a bad relationship, that relationship is being turned around completely to the point where you're going to feel like you're dancing. All of the memories being scattered around you, and you're happy about it. And not like they're not scattered in a bad way. They're scattered in a way where you're looking at them saying, I lived a really great life. I had an amazing experience. All the negativity was just covering up the positivity, and the change of perspective you've experienced has brought justice to your entire field. Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You're moving away from a mindset that had caused you to be very I've been avidly avoiding really digging into this energy. Something happened that really messed you up. It really messed you up. Whether it happened 5 years ago, 4 months ago, it's irrelevant how long ago. But something massive happened in your life stream, whether you were conscious of it or not, that had influenced your life in so many different ways that caused you to think you are less than what you are. And what this is showing is that within the next few days, within the time that you're watching this, whenever it is, the momentum of energy you have built up is about to reach excuse the pun, but an orgasmic climax, explosion type of effect where you feel completely relieved. You know that flatline noise that the TV makes sometimes when you turn it off? Like, I don't know if it still does it. It's been years since I've had a TV. But that boop, and then everything goes silent. Neville Goddard calls it the stillness, the silence, and when you go into it, answers are made clear to you. It's almost as if everything you've been working for this week, you finally drop the weight. And as soon as you drop the weight, the universe brings you an entire tidal wave of blessings. And it's not a weight of someone or something. It's what you were thinking of that thing. So you could have been thinking that someone's a narcissist or someone's terrible about you, and the minute you realize the only reason they were coming into your life in that way is because you were thinking that way, and then they were enacting that towards you. So the minute you change your perception and you look at things with both eyes and your inner eye, and you open your heart and allow to trust again, this happens, this entire thing unfolds, and you realize you've been worth it all along. The scales have always been balanced. Everything has always been in your favor. Don't let it get to your head. But you're actually really blessed. Maybe you should let it get to your head. It seems like you've been carrying a big burden for a while. Sometimes the biggest enemies end up being the best friends. Sometimes the worst breakups end up being the most amazing foundation for a new relationship with the same person or with the way you treat yourself. Think about it in a way where when somebody demolishes a building and then they build something even better on top of it with the same, with the pieces of the previous building. This is all about new beginnings, seeing things better, going into the silence and realigning yourself within yourself, moving towards that which brings you happiness, and your happiness coming towards you because you're open and receiving to it, taking risks and a chance and having faith that the universe is on your side and the scales have been balanced. You've done the work. You've released what no longer serves you, and you've been open to receiving what does serve you. Aw. 10 of Cups. I told you. Bottom of the deck is 9 of Pentacles. You've been single for a while, and it's caused you to go into some sort of addictions and personality issues and grief mindsets and, just being harsh. See how she's blocking herself off too? She's like moving her left hand, which is the receiving hand, away from being open. She's not talking, she's not receiving, she's just looking really bitchy. Because somebody hurt you, and the person that hurt you was you thought they were being really manipulative because you were conditioned to think that. You know how people from different countries and different cultures have different ways of experiencing or looking at life? Like God, I've been in so many places and I can't even think of an example to give you. Culture, society, and ethics create different breeds of human beings. You were being kudos to you guys. You've really done the inner work, and you've really gotten rid of some programming that caused a lot of damage in your life. It's like watching videos about narcissists and then thinking people in your life are narcissists just because they do something stupid. Well, people do stupid things all the time. It doesn't mean that they're possessed by demons. Sometimes people are just hurt and they want to hurt other people. Sometimes you find comfort in depression and you stick yourself in that state because it's easier to be depressed than to trust that what's coming is your happily ever after. The way this energy feels is like a kid asking, can I really have this? Is this really for me, or is this too good to be true? Darling, it is not too good to be true. That which hurt you, the snake that had the venom, also holds the cure. Those that hurt you know exactly how to heal you. The doctor that breaks your bones knows exactly how to place them back. The issue is, do you trust? And with the Maiden being the first card, the Maiden trusts completely in everything. A baby trusts everybody. Now, which goddess and divine figure would like to express a message here for you to give you more clarity and guidance? Because it feels like you could really use a motherly figure in your life that gives you support and comfort and nurtures you. Maybe that's what you need to do for yourself in the meantime, while your happily ever after rolls out for you. I keep seeing in my mind's eye people gardening. Just two people planting flowers together. Like on this road, it's like a rubble road, with the ones with the pebbles that are kind of just going through a forest or something, leading to a cottage or something like that. But they're planting flowers on the sides of the road. And as they're walking, the flowers are blooming more and more and more behind them. And then there's bees and butterflies. And it's really pretty. It's like 2 to 3 images that are moving together like a little GIF image. Whoa. Kali and Mirabai. Mother of the universe. Ha! I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. And Mirabai, the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. So again, release the way you think about people. Free them of the burden of the titles you've put on them. People are only your enemies or your friends or your lovers or whatever because you put a title on them. Even, if people that say, I'm battling, this disease, I'm fighting that, you're not fighting anything but your own willingness to be healed already. If you're thinking that somebody betrayed you, why would you constantly put that title back on them? The betrayer, the this, the that. Like, screw it. Go into the stillness, go into the silence, and it's not even about forgiveness anymore. It's about you giving yourself a freaking break. When I was younger, somebody very dear to me told me that when we aren't who we're meant to be, the people around us aren't who they're meant to be in our lives. So if we're hiding in shadows, if we're denying the world the light that is within us, the world becomes a darker place. So the person that could have been the love of your life, the person that could have been your best friend, your whatever, becomes your enemy or becomes your worst nightmare because you weren't authentic with yourself first. You didn't open up. You didn't communicate. You lied to yourself. This has nothing to do with anybody else in this reading. So if you're watching this and you think this applies to someone else, it doesn't. Absolutely not. It's all about you. Because it's how you need to release the old head on your shoulders that caused you to think there was a battle everywhere you looked. That somebody was the devil, that someone had, taken a checklist and documented all of the bullshit and they were ready to cut your head off. And no. That's fear. The cosmic egg here is the divine feminine. What did we ask? Nurturing the mother energy. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. Look at everyone in your life, okay? If you took away all of the titles you've put on them and you just looked at them for who exactly they are in this very moment, would any of them be a true enemy to you? Would any of them be the villain in your story? If so, ask yourself, why do you have the need to have conflict within you? This reading tells you that your path is clear. The doors to your happiness and well-being and peace are there. To walk through it, you have to release your desire and your inner fury to constantly prove that you're right or that you were wronged or that this person did this or that. It doesn't matter. Let it all dance around you as if you are the eye of the storm, and let the waters wash you clean, because those same waters that wash you clean are going to fill up your cups. You had the opportunity for happily ever after, and it has nothing to do with a partner or an ex, a friend, and nothing like that. It's about you being at peace within yourself, you accepting that you are the universe and you create your world. Lilybell. She's under the table scratching the glass underneath this. Allow yourself to take care of yourself. Bottom of the deck is Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Choose to live a life where you allow yourself to love the people around you. Whether they come or go, whether they have bad habits or not, it doesn't matter. They reflect at you what you perceive them to be. I promise you, I guarantee you, if you simply go into a silent state of being for not even 5 minutes, and you bring one person in front of you in your heart that has caused you pain, and you look at that person as someone who reflected back at you that which you denied existed within you, all will be resolved. I this is a like a fact of how things work. I used to have a lot of issues with people, and when I did this meditation that you bring the person in front of you and you acknowledge everything. You see what's happening. You're not going to be like, oh, this happened. No, like all of it. Everything happened. It's fine. But the way you're continuously thinking of that person from then to now, it's as if you're dragging their mistakes and making armor of it for yourself, which all it's doing is making you the monster. People reflect back at you how you think of them. If you think someone's an enemy, they will come to you as an enemy. Even if they're spouting poetry to you, it'll be like they're manipulating you. Someone could be absolutely in love with you. Someone could absolutely want to give you $1 million, and you're going to be like, that's too good to be true. Then it's going to be too good to be true. But if you actually look at yourself and say, why am I denying myself the ability of receiving that which is being given to me? You'll realize that there's some part of you that doesn't want you to be happy. Move away from that. It's okay to be scared of being happy. It's much scarier than being depressed. It's okay to be scared of anything. But it's not okay to give up and say this person did this or that's that, or that boss hates me, or this job is going to suck, or my bills are this. Irrelevant. Those are just excuses distracting you from what's happening inside you. Try this for yourself. Go into that stillness, go into the silence where you're not thinking, and bring someone into your consciousness that you have an issue with. And then realize, accept, allow that energy of what they are emitting to you, or what you perceive they're emitting to you. Allow it to resonate within you so that you can find it within yourself. Some of the people that have hurt me the most and have been the most douchey to me, I realized that I was hiding that a-hole aspect of myself. And I was hiding in a kind of, oh, I'm fine, everything's fine. And the world around me was like, everything sucks, nothing's right. This is this and this is that. And when I sat down and I looked at it without judgment, with only fairness, like, okay, this is happening. How is it that this world I'm in is showing me this, but inside of me I'm at peace? Well, it's because that peace is a distraction from what's actually going on. Because inside you there is a duality. There's peace, but there's also conflict. If you deny the conflict comes outside of you to show you what you're denying. If you're with someone that cheated on you, and you're like, I've never cheated on anybody, inside of you there's probably some part of you that wanted to cheat. And as long as you deny that, you're going to be with people who cheat on you. If you've been with people who, friends, anything that give you a fakeness while you think you're being authentic, then some part of you really just wants to be a bitch or, a douchebag or something. And you're like, why are all these people so mean to me? It's because you're emitting that energy and you're denying it, so the world around you is reflecting it back at you. Not to hurt you, not to, bring you down, but to show you, hey, this douchebaggery is also a part of your personality. Acknowledge it and choose to be better instead of denying that it even exists. The more you deny something, the more it amplifies. Let's clarify the Ten of Cups because I'm curious. Someone wants to work on a relationship with you. And it's, I would say that it could be a family thing too. But considering the Chariot, forward movement, progress, new beginnings means something ended. Justice means something was really screwed up. Ten of Cups means you got your wish fulfilled. You had all the other cups, and now this is the happily ever after. The Maiden means there was some conflict, something happened between two people, and two people brought something new into the world, and now this new thing has to be protected. The Gotcha card means that there is something that you deny yourself from seeing clearly, but within you, you know that it's what's actually meant for you. And once you allow yourself to see it clearly from a point of peace within you, you realize that you've had what you've wanted all along. You just tainted it by the way you looked at it and thought about it. And you had caused so much darkness to occur within that union that you were like, I give up, I'm done, I don't even wanna. But now you do. Because with a clear mind and a clear heart, you realize that everything that happens in life is for the benefit of your well-being. The worst things that happen in life are there to help you become stronger so that you can handle a destiny, a life, a story that is designed for a goddess and a god, not a mere muggle. Not a plant doesn't go through the same chaos that a human goes through. You go through that chaos so that you can learn how to create order. Sometimes that order gets destroyed, so you realize that sometimes you need a little chaos. In between, you find the balance of working with spirit, with yourself, and with a team. You're in a relationship with everybody and everything. And when you cause yourself to think the worst of something, that thing will appear in your life so that you can create a better outcome, a better situation, and a better mindset. Anything else on the Ten of Cups, please? Lily, I swear if you yank my toe again under this thing. Slow and steady progress. Things are moving forward. Offers are being made. Lessons have been learned. The student has learned how to put on their armor and not wield the weapon all the time. And they're starting to realize after this that they don't even need the armor. After the knight comes the king and the queen, which means knowing and resting in your worth, in your security, in your stability as a human being capable of manifesting and manipulating the physical world and your experiences into something that you want. Instead of having things happen to you, you're causing it to happen for you in co-creation with the entire universe. Let's see. I kind of want to get one more on that. What did I just say? You are working with the universe to co-create a better outcome. You have all the resources at your disposal. The flowers. I was telling you about the flowers. How cute. I don't know if I even... Again, this was just at the bottom of the deck, like the entire time I've been shuffling. I might be leaping here or reaching, but something that was dead is being brought back to life, and it is literally everything you've ever wanted, everything you've wished for, everything you've ever hoped for. It might not look like what you wanted it to be. It might not be in the same package of what you want or what you intended, really. But the Divine Mother, again, another Justice card. The Divine Universe, the Mother, Father, God, has a way of giving you something even better. So if you've been manifesting a relationship and your partner has, a physical flaw or, financial issues or something going on in them that isn't really your thing reflected back at you to an extent, then realize that is a gift. It is something that balances the scales, and through time, through progress, through movement, through working together, all things can be healed, remedied, and brought into a happily ever after. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. The Tower and the Knight of Swords. Somebody really, really, really wants to have a climactic experience with you. And I don't mean just sexually, because sometimes you can have a really great conversation that tickles your brain and makes you feel alive all over again. The red and blue, the seeming opposites actually being balanced together. The castle being built on a stable foundation. Grapes everywhere, a sign of abundance and prosperity. And someone could have been watching you all along and admiring how you're growing. The Five of Swords has been sneaking around, but we're not going to acknowledge that. We acknowledge that it exists within us, but we've moved on from pettiness. And really, you can look at the Five of Swords in a different way too. You did something shady and you thought you're going to get away with it, but you're not. Because the universe is balancing everything out. That which was over has been brought back. That which was broken has been fixed. That which was fear-based has been turned to love. That which was unnurtured is being nurtured. That which was betrayed has learned to trust themselves again. People only betray us because we betray ourselves. That's the only reason we experience betrayal. Something within us is inauthentic, so the world around us reflects that inauthenticity. I haven't used this deck in a very long time. It's one I made 3 years ago. It's not even a tarot deck. It's like, I don't know what to call it. I might actually print out more copies and sell them. I don't know, we'll see. Look at how these 3 crows are helping that little squirrel. The stone circle over there. Again, the field of flowers and grass growing. In the full spectrum of colors. Purple and blue and red. Passion and purity and forgiveness. Healing. A simple life is here for you. All that you're being asked to do is trust spirit. And whatever is being brought towards you, handle it with grace. Handle it with intelligence. But don't just be in your head about it. Crows work in a team. There's never one crow. There's usually one squirrel. But when it's just you by yourself, you're going to need the help of someone else. And if you work with your friends, with your enemies, with your seeming opposites, you can create a foundation to where, the foundation is already created. It's basically you allowing yourself to trust. The squirrel doesn't have to trust those crows. Those crows don't have to trust that squirrel. But together, they come to a mutual agreement of sorts to where they both benefit. Even the colors of the spectrum, they don't fight each other. They don't argue. They don't complain and say the red's too much and the purple is not enough, or the white is this and the white is that. Holy sh! I just noticed there's an image of a person in this light bulb. Do you see that? Look at that. Oh my God, Goddess, Holy Spirit, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I have never noticed this, and I took this picture 5 years ago. Wow. Okay. So in this week, someone's coming into your life and they're going to be like a shining white heaven sent person to you. And it is highly advised that you put your drama aside, because nobody likes a freaking drama llama. And you take the chance to trust yourself, to know that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. Let this story play out for you. Something so good is about to happen for you. Oh, I want to get clarification on the Spectrum card. And it's in the purple, which is the colors of forgiveness. Oh, you're about to meet somebody that you've probably met before, because these trees they're starting to yellow, which means the person in your life has been in your life for at least a few seasons. This tree didn't just grow. There's laundry there. It's a home. There's a fence. There's leaves falling on the floor. Babies, I don't want to fluff you up, but you could be reigniting something with someone in your life that has the potential of being a life partner. Actually, this is a life partner reading. In order for this life partner to manifest, excuse me, I just had the most delicious iced coffee. In order for this person to truly, fully manifest, you have to allow yourself to be okay with being hurt. I know it sounds weird. But when you don't allow yourself to be hurt and you look at life with just, peeking through your eye, and you're like, I'm just going to look at life this way. Like, does this reading make sense to you this way? What? Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? But when you look at all of it, you're like, oh, this is the story of somebody learning to trust themselves and working with somebody so that they can build a life partnership. But first, they have to release the way they thought about this person so that they can allow this person to show them who they really are instead of who they were perceived to be. Comprende? I hope so, because this is a really, really, really beautiful spread, actually. Let's clarify this Spectrum card. Whoever this person is, whether it's from your past or future. Knight of Pentacles again? Come on. If you stay patient, this person will be so loyal and devoted and unwavering and unmoving from your side. The most faithful partner you could ever have. And it's the person you wanted to cut their head off. Change the way you think about people inside yourself. If a squirrel and a freaking crow can work together, you can get your head out of your own ass and realize that the people around you are all designed spiritually, universally, sourcely, godly, to bring out the worst and the best in you so that you can work on your shit. And I don't mean to be, so blunt with you, but this is really important. You need to hear this in a way where it's not sugar-coated for you. Stop sabotaging yourself. Stop ruining the love that's there for you. Stop thinking that it's all about you when all you want is to be nurtured in a family, working together, building a home, happily ever after, having everything you've ever wanted. In order to have that, you have to stop thinking that everyone is going to hurt you or betray you over and over and over. Whoever betrayed you did it because you betrayed yourself first. End of story. And that person has evolved and learned to the point where their heart is open and beaming like a star. They've conquered their own demons as well, just like you're doing. It's almost as if this person is a little more spiritually evolved than you, and I mean no offense by this. But you're being asked to trust. 2 Knight of Pentacles, 2 Justice cards. Come on. 2 New Beginning cards. Marriage, moving forward, relationships, and a whole bunch of crows in all of these. Pure intelligence, pure divine guidance. Having everything you've ever wanted at your disposal to create the best future for yourself. Except it's time to do it with a partner. Clarify the home card, please. Come on! 9 of Cups and 2 of Pentacles. Will you please work with somebody to create a better future? There are 2 ships here. Both of them are coming in. And she's like playing with the energy in the material world, but she's not using her heart. She's not even looking towards the reader. She's looking at what she's manipulating. Don't manipulate other people. Figure out why you're not utilizing your heart energy. Open your heart and allow yourself to see in the full light of the moon, not just a sliver of the moon. The moon is also your mother. The moon is also the grandmother, the ancestral line within you. I think they say the moon is older than the earth. So clarifying this is your wishes fulfilled and having more than you can handle of blessings coming towards you. Trust that the person coming towards you has changed. Do you know what the violet flame is? I just noticed this. The violet flame purifies and transmutes all negative energies, intents, actions, beliefs into their positive version. It's a transmutational alchemical fire. It's like the highest vibrational fire, because once you get to the white fire, to this, it's a massive